The Muppet Show reboot special just came out on Disney Plus. I watched it the first night it premiered on Wednesday. Last year was the 70th anniversary of the Muppets, and I had some fun with the Muppet movie marathon and a ranking video to go with it. But most of the nostalgic love from the Muppets from most fans comes from the Muppet Show. The original run of the show went from 1976 to 1981 and was a sketch comedy type show taking place in the Muppet Theater and always featured a celebrity guest star to go along with the Muppet shenanigans.
It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest star, Mr. Don Knotts.
I was obviously too young to grow up with this show. It was the Muppet movies of the 90s that got me familiar with the characters. But I watched the original Muppet Show in moments here and there. And when they put it on Disney Plus, I would sometimes put it on in the background just for some classical style fun. I think Disney's been able to do some solid stuff with the Muppets over the last couple decades, but it always feels like it's been a struggle to keep the Muppets relevant, despite seemingly everyone claiming to love them. Like I said, I've enjoyed some of the recent Muppet projects, like that Office-style show they had on ABC, and the Muppets Mayhem Disney Plus series a few years ago. But checking out some of the Muppet love last year during their 70th anniversary, I realized, why not just reboot the original Muppet Show, the source of everyone's nostalgic love? They did some great marketing for this special, making it seem like the original Muppet Show, just in modern day. In this Disney Plus special, the original Muppet Show returns, with Sabrina Carpenter guest starring. True to its marketing, this is just the original Muppet Show, just brought into the modern day. When it started off and it showcased Kermit reminiscing about some of the old guest stars and walking through the theater, it did feel special. And once that actual intro music started, it was impossible not to get excited. But the nice thing about this being faithful to the original show means they don't do anything to try to make the characters hip. God knows they always make old school characters rap in some kind of franchise reboot, which if something like this happened with the Muppets, then just cancel those characters forever. All you need to do to keep the show fun is be true to those characters and their zany personalities. Kermit is still your classic charming, albeit stressed straight man, but everyone else was perfect as well. Miss Piggy was just the perfect diva wave of chaos. She was really something else in this special. But those two old critic guys were funny as always. My favorite Muppet has always been Gonzo. I've actually always liked his roles in the movies more than the actual show. In the old show, in this Disney Plus special, he does his whole insane stunt thing, which is fine. It's amazing that his original Muppet performer, Dave Goelz, is still doing the character 50 years later. What an absolute legend. I thought Sabrina Carpenter was the perfect guest star for a Muppet Show reboot, someone that can bring in a younger audience for the show. She's obviously a good performer and showcase that same great enthusiasm that all the Muppet celebrity guest stars had when they're on the show. To my knowledge, unlike seemingly all or at least most other old school Muppet Show episodes, they only had one celebrity guest appearance. In this reboot, your primary one is Sabrina Carpenter, but there's also quick appearances from Seth Rogen and Maya Rudolph. Seth Rogen was the producer for this reboot, and he did a nice job bringing the show back to life. It's the same format as the original show, sketch comedy and in-between segments of Kermit trying to keep the show afloat backstage. Some of the segments are a callback to the original show, like pigs in wigs instead of pigs in space, but they're all good spirit fun. On second thought, that segment where Beaker's eyes were multiplying and landing in the audience was just beyond disturbing. The real fun is all the stuff backstage with Kermit doing his best to keep everyone happy, which isn't always easy when his girlfriend is the diva to end all f***ing divas, but that's what makes it fun. That new voice Kermit's had for the last few years is, to be kind, not perfect in terms of replicating Jim Henson or Steve Whitmire. It's the first thing fans in the comments section always point to when there's a new video of Kermit talking on Instagram.
We are so excited to be back where it all started and then ended and then is maybe starting again depending on how tonight goes.
I do think they could have got a better voice, although I will say I think part of the problem is that we just haven't had the chance to hear it all that much. If there's more Muppet specials or movies that feature Kermit, then it'd probably get easier to get used to. I imagine it wasn't easy for fans after the transition from Jim Henson's Kermit voice in the early 90s. I had a good time with this. It was 30 minutes, which is longer than the normal Muppet Show runtime. But after it ended, I was like, oh, there's no other episodes after that. It's just a 30-minute special with nothing else to come after. To me, if you're going to do this whole grand relaunch reboot thing of the Muppet Show, you got to have at least 5 episodes you can put out. That's what the marketing made it seem like this show was coming back for actual episodes, as in episodes plural. With just a single episode, it's kind of, underwhelming. It led me to having mixed feelings about this relaunch overall. This reboot episode was fun, excellent in terms of replicating the original show, but in the context of doing just one episode for this relaunch, it's not a hell no or an F no, but more of a what the f***, seriously? But that doesn't mean I can't appreciate Disney for doing an earnest, good-natured relaunch of classic Muppet fun. Would have been cute if they did it in time for their 70th anniversary last year, though. So that'll do it for this review of The Muppet Show 2026. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching.
Right? And I love a kink.
Voila! This is what we call a Muppet Show!
Can't believe they're doing the old show again.
Well, if it ain't broke.
No, they are broke. That's why they're doing it.